Greetings and salutations, YouTube family and friends. Ravlogs here. What's up, guys? So today, I want to keep the tone of this video a little bit serious. I know I might be a little bit late to the party here, but I've been noticing a few things going on and a few other YouTubers talking about this, so I figured I'd add my own spin on it as well. So what I would like to discuss is a bit of abuse of power that's stifling our freedom of speech. What I mean by that is basically people are using a law that's supposed to protect content creators on YouTube, and they're basically using it to bully us. Now, what does that have to do with me? As a content creator, I create reviews. That's some of the things that I do. Based on what I include in my review, that could get me into a lot of trouble, even though what I'm doing is perfectly legal. For those of you who haven't really been following the scene on YouTube, I'm going to leave a bunch of links down below in the description box that's going to tell you a little bit more about what's going on, explanation of terms, and a more detailed look at what's happening and why all these content creators are so mad about this. Some people like Boogie2988 and people like Doug Walker from Channel Awesome, they do a really good job of explaining this, so definitely give those links a check out because I think you guys will like them. They're good people. So what I want to talk about is fair use. What is fair use? Now, I'm not going to go into big detailed explanations. Again, that's what Boogie and Doug are for. They can do a much better job than I can. But let me sum it up for you. A while back, YouTube got sued by a big corporation because a lot of their content ended up on YouTube, as they say, without their permission. So instead of targeting each one of the creators that put up that content, they just went ahead and sued the whole site. Now, when doing that, the judge presiding over the hearing decided that something needed to be implemented to protect the content creators who weren't actually trying to break the copyright law, but they were trying to add their own spin on things, like, say, a reviewer would. For instance, say I make a review about a movie that's been out for a good long while. If I want to make a point about a certain scene, you might want to see the scene that I'm talking about. I'm not uploading the entire movie with the intent of saying, this is my movie that I made and I'm making money off of it. I'm not doing that. I'm just using a simple scene to expand on a point that I'm trying to make. So the judge said, we will create fair use. And for the people who obey that fair use, you will be exempt from all these copyright claims. Something happened down the road that pretty much negated that whole thing. When this all went down, YouTube set up a copyright bot that could police the site and go around to each little video. Is there copywritten material here? Is there copywritten material here? Is there copywritten material here? And if there was, they could automatically flag it, and that video would be set aside for investigation about the copyright claim. Here's where a problem starts to pop up. On YouTube, you are guilty until proven innocent. What that means is if the bot accidentally throws a strikeout onto your video, they treat you as if you're a criminal. You committed a horrible copyright infringement and you will be punished for it. They will take away the length of your video and shorten it to 15 minutes. They will take away your monetization. They will limit your channel because of a simple mistake. But I'm sure you're thinking, well, you can dispute that, right? Of course. If you're willing to wait the weeks and possibly months to get a response, and even then, you most likely won't get a person. You'll get a generic message that says, you've disobeyed our community guidelines, therefore you shall be on probation. And that's about all you'll get. So you have to sit there with that strike on your record, and by the way, if you get 3 of those, your entire channel gets deleted. And that's it. Some people even got their pages taken away after 1. So what does that say about the system? So it's incredibly broken, is what I'm trying to say here. A bot can mistakenly flag a video and suddenly that could be all for you. Now let's move on to the second part of that. the manual claims. I can understand why this was established. For the creators of the original content, if they look out and see their work being exploited, they can put an end to it. And that's great. But the problem is, more and more creators are using this as abuse. An example. Say I watched this movie from a long time ago, and it wasn't the best, and I had a few things to say about it. So I run to YouTube, I make this wonderfully well thought out argument that this wasn't the best movie ever. I give some points that I think was wrong with it, but then I still say you should check it out on your own, just in case my opinions are too biased. Then the original creator of that video doesn't like what I have to say. So he goes on to YouTube and files a copyright claim. Everything that I did was purely legal according to this hearing, and under the laws of fair use, everything was fine. But remember, I'm guilty until proven innocent. And so long as YouTube remains inactive to try and fix the situation, I continue to be punished. And then after the probation period is over, the creator can choose to renew the strike. And continuing ad nauseum until eventually I just give up and quit YouTube altogether. Tell me, does that seem fair? For the terms of fair use, it certainly isn't. So why am I telling you all this? Here lately on YouTube, a lot of big channels, we're talking, they've been doing it for years, they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, they've been in the game for a long time, and YouTube really has them to thank for a lot of ad revenue. So how do they thank them? By letting the system abuse them. I've seen channels like Channel Awesome, I Hate Everything, and the list goes on. Their channels were punished or completely taken down simply because of erroneous copyright strikes. And if it can happen to these bigger channels who have been in it for a long time with thousands of subscribers, what happens to the little guys like me who have less than 40 subscribers to their name right now? If they went through all this trouble and they lost a month's worth of work, they might as well just rub me right off the map right now, because I don't stand a chance. Again, does that seem fair? The system is incredibly broken. And I don't know if YouTube is aware of it or what, but they're certainly not trying to fix it. And for all the people who are contributing all of these videos and contributing all of this content, it makes the site money. And for some of these bigger channels, that's a lot of money that they're losing out on. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, first world problems, right? All these things that are going wrong, and you're worried about something on the internet. To that, I respond with this. For some of the bigger channels, this is their livelihood. This is what they do in order to survive day to day. And when something so senseless as this happens, it doesn't need to. So I'm telling you folks this because the one thing that got most of those channels back whenever they went down was public outcry. They filled out all the proper paperwork to get their channels back. Did them nothing. They wrote countless emails, made countless calls to YouTube. Didn't do anything. They made a video addressing their public, and wouldn't you know it, the public outcry got stuff done. So I'm basically making this video to alert my viewers and anybody else who happens to see this, just in case you haven't been following what's been going on. There's a very broken system installed right now, and it really needs to be changed. So please, if you guys happen to see any of this type of abuse of power being done, I'm asking you, please don't be silent about it. Let them know that you're not going to stand for this. And for those of you who frequent social media, let's bring attention to that hashtag. Hashtag WTFU. Where's the fair use? That's really the question we content creators want to know. If I upload another review, am I going to have to walk on eggshells to make sure I don't offend somebody and cause them to take my video down? I shouldn't have to. by law, what I'm doing is perfectly legal. If anything, they should be the one punished for making a fraudulent claim. But I've ranted long enough about this. I've told you how I feel. Like I said, down below I'll leave a bunch of links to people who know a little bit more about what's going on, have been affected by it, and can give you a much more detailed explanation of the things that are happening. And I promise, the next few videos I come out with will be much more lighthearted. I've got a multi-channel project in the works, and, you know, if you guys want to see me talk about something, or explain something, or even review something, just let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. You know I love talking back and forth to you. I'd like to have a conversation with you guys. So, rant over. Let's get back to smiles again. And until next time, I'll talk to you soon, and take care. Bye-bye.